Hello everyone and welcome back for another Star Trek The Official Starships Collection review. I have in front of me now issue 121, the SS Xhosa, as seen primarily on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, of course. And as you can see, there is a model and a magazine, but I'll put the good-looking model aside for a moment, and then we can see what goodness lies inside the magazine, shall we? Alrighty, and there it is, the SS Xhosa, issue 121. Pretty cool image there on the cover, as almost always. It is considered Antares class, launched in the 23rd century. Didn't know that. With a crew of 12, and is approximately 270 meters long. Turn the page there, and you have some more spec information there. Considered a freighter, of course it was in operation in the 23rd and 24th centuries, with a crew of only 12, and 270 meters long, as I mentioned earlier, and it has warp speed for propulsion. How fast, I guess not entirely sure. And this particular ship's captain was none other than Cassidy Yates herself, the soon-to-be wife of Benjamin Sisko, or later wife of Benjamin Sisko. So, turn the page, and you have another cool-looking view of the ship there, which is from the stern this time, as well as some text along here, essays about it, and trivia up here. And there's a brief little shot of the bridge there, which is kind of cool, I guess. And there is more on that, of course, and some more text and screen caps from episodes it's been in. And here's a shot which I don't think was ever seen before. The Xhosa actually docked at DS9. Now, if there wasn't a scene or an episode in which a similar scene like this was shown, I don't remember. And if you can think of one, please feel free to let me know down there in the comment section. But anyway, yeah, there's some nice images here, and there's Cassidy herself, and Star Trek fans and other fans out there of the show, The Orville, will notice her because she is prominently featured on that show as well, albeit a different character, different franchise too. So let's see what else is there. And here we have the plan view showing you where the various components are, as well as some trivia here on the right and left sides. And of course, the magazine filler, but a little bit more interesting this time, featuring the many reuses of the SS Xhosa studio model. Of course, it appeared as Debaucheress in the first season of Next Generation, as well as the Sanction and Erstwhile and other ships throughout the course of Next Gen, DS9, and Voyager, etc. Of course, it was this sublight freighter, the Narkova, of course the Xhosa, this freighter here, and among many others. And here's a section on John Eves, who many fans should also know is working somewhat on the Star Trek Discovery show. Probably one of the few veterans of the Berman era actually still currently employed by the Star Trek franchise in some capacity. But this section is about his work on Deep Space Nine, or arming Deep Space Nine, that is. Some pretty badass stuff there, especially these torpedo stuff that first appeared, or these turrets, these gun turrets or whatnot, torpedo turrets that appeared in The Way of the Warrior, among others. And more conceptual artwork, which I think is super awesome. And there are some of the final shots as they were in the episode. And more on that, some docking rings, etc. And finally, the on-screen appearance page. I believe it first appeared in The Way of the Warrior, which is the season 5, or season 4, excuse me. And I believe the last time it was seen was in the DS9 episode For the Cause, which, according to this magazine, is Star Trek Voyager, but that is incorrect. So there's a blooper here. It's actually not Voyager, it's DS9. And after that, we may have seen it once or twice on DS9 as Xhosa, but didn't really hear much about it ever again. Really much. And then Cassidy Yates just kind of became almost like a semi-regular character that appeared on the show sporadically throughout the remaining years. So yeah, there's that. And of course, sometime this month, I'll be getting another bastardized Kit Bash model, which should be cool. Looking forward to that, as odd as it is. But so yeah, looking forward to sharing that with you. And there is the back screen, or the back page, the back page with a nice view of the ship there. So that pretty much rounds up the magazine. Some pretty interesting stuff in there that I didn't even know. And now let me move on to the model itself. Alrighty, so there it is in the box. And from the looks of things, just looking at it from here, it looks pretty darn cool. I must say that I was kind of looking forward to this one. And I normally don't look forward to these kind of off-the-wall, non-Federation, Klingon, Romulan, main alien race type stuff ships, but this time I was looking forward to this. So let's see what is inside. Kind of heavy, has a lot of weight, even in the packaging. All right, and from the feel and looks of it, it's pretty awesome. As you can see, there's a lot of detail there, a lot of hardcore paneling there. The majority of it is metal, which would explain the weight, and some plastic components spread out throughout the ship. But this truly qualifies as die-cast because the majority is metal. Fits in your hand about that much. Gives you an idea of just how big this thing is. Got some nice coloring there, which I think is awesome. Gets you up close there. Nothing appears to be out of whack or any errors in the paint job. There are no hull identifying marks. That is, there's nothing on here that says SS Xhosa or Earth Freight or anything like that. It just looks like a regular freighter. I'm assuming this is some kind of a weapon or sensor array or whatnot. And this is the primary section of the ship there. And the back engine part looks cool. It's just painted, not 100%, but it's there nevertheless. It would have been cool to put some maybe clear orange or red plastic parts back here, but it still looks cool like this, I guess. A bit plain on the bottom side, but then again, we didn't really see the bottom of the ship much, if at all, during the course of the series, so I guess that would be more of a screen accuracy thing. But it is a really nice model, and I'm actually quite impressed with it, more than I thought I would be. Again, I do wish there was something on this model that says, oh, this is the SS Xhosa. But unless you're, if you're a fan of DS9 or a hardcore fan of DS9, you would, of course, identify this ship very easily and quickly, whether there's an identifying mark on this ship or not. But yeah, it's really cool. This is probably one of the third or fourth freighter in the collection we've gotten so far, if you count the ECS Horizon from Enterprise, as well as that other cargo ship, which is also from Enterprise. I forgot the name of it just that fast. It'll come back to me, but we do have a couple of others, and this one makes a worthy addition to our freighter fleet, or the space trucking fleet of Star Trek. So yeah, I think it's a good model. Probably worth getting, especially if you're a fan of Deep Space Nine, especially this year, considering it's the 25th anniversary of Deep Space Nine. But yeah, if you're just picking up Starfleet ships, Klingon ships, and the like, I would probably avoid this. Personally, I was looking forward to it, and I'm really glad that I have it. It's just one of those things where this ship has never been made in any form whatsoever that I know of, and probably outside of this collection never will again. So this is about as good as it's gonna get, and for being as good as it gets, it's pretty darn good. So yeah, that is a pretty nice little model there. Good job, Eagle Moss, this time around. And that, my friends, rounds up issue 121, the SS Xhosa, seen on Star Trek Deep Space Nine and other shows and episodes, as well as other named ships, albeit in modified form. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, or feel free to correct me on my own trivia, drop me a line down here somewhere. And of course, if you do hit subscribe, I would be super grateful and very appreciative to you, of course. Always grateful. And I thank you kindly for that in advance. And until next time, live long and prosper, and be safe out there in this world, guys.